Hello everyone. So everyone who knows me, like that means you're a follower of this channel and you know that I am a very curious person, hence the name Curiously Idiotic. I always try new things and this video is for graphic designing. So just to give an introduction about what graphic designing actually is. Graphic designing typically means creating some graphics or visually interactive or attractive images or some kind of designs that will actually convey your message that you personally wants to convey it, rather than it be some personal message regarding that you are hiring for your company or giving some information about some informative things, some educational content, or just simply selling something for your company. So you will create a visually stunning looking advertisements to convey your message and to tell the people, your targeted audience, how it is or what it is. So that's what like the basic job of a graphic designing is, and I hope you already understand what is the job. Like if you have seen a poster in your life, that is graphic designing, and some of the posters look stunning, and in fact most of the posters these days, even for movies, TV series, web shows, or even a thumbnail for a YouTube video, looks stunning, and that actually makes you click on a YouTube video or maybe go watch a movie. Maybe because if you see a poster and you're like, oh, this is looking awesome, my favorite actors are here, and the visual impact of this poster is really good, you're like, maybe I should give it a try. Maybe the trailer was ass, but still you are like, okay, this looks good enough, so maybe give it a try. So that is the kind of message that usually graphic designers, the people who makes these advertisements or these designs, try to convey to you. And now, graphic designing is a very interesting field. If we have to go, this is actually one of the things which I was looking for. It's like why graphic designing is important, and I think this statement summarizes it pretty well. Graphic designing not only makes something look good, it organizes information to help deliver a message in the most impactful way possible. And I think this is pretty understandable. This is what summarizes graphic designing to its core, in my belief. So, okay, so this is it. Now, how we make graphic designing. Some of you would be interesting. I was interested in this, and I was like, how can I do this? So I looked on for like a simple person, what are like the typical industry standard softwares used for graphic designing? And obviously, we cannot use Microsoft Paint for this situation. So I was like, let's see what like industry standards are. And to none of my surprise, I found out Adobe Photoshop was the best pick. Like everyone uses Adobe Photoshop for absolutely everything, from photo editing to like graphic designing, everything. Like anything that you have to do with an image, Photoshop got you covered. Adobe Illustrator, I'm not sure if it's called Adobe or Adobe or Adobe. I don't know. I'll be calling it Adobe for now. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. So Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign. So Adobe is a good software, is a good company that provides you with a lot of these things. And another industry standard that I'm quite familiar with is coreldraw. I have used it in the past. I am not good at it. I have tried to learn it once and I was like, I give up. And a couple of the reasons being cost. Like if you are starting for graphic designing and you're like, maybe I should try graphic designing and I'm moving on with it. Like me, I do not do most of the thing professionally. I just want to try it because it seems really fucking interesting for me. So I try them. So graphic designing was one of that thing. And these prices for this is not something that I can actually go for as just an hobby or just a side project for me or a one-time thing. So if you look here, Adobe like pricing in my area just for individuals around 2000 is for creative. It includes all applications like uh, Adobe has a lot of application: Acrobat, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Illustrator, Adobe Express. Like there are a lot, and all of these these are pretty much who the fuck is messaging me this late at night. It's 3 a.m. in the fucking morning. I have no idea who the fuck is messaging me right now. Okay, moving on once again. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, Adobe has a lot of softwares. These are mostly like industry standards. Many people use it, and these are very professional to work with. But so 2000 is a worthy price. I won't say like it's a bad price. It's a good price, but it's a lot. And moving on with like, then there is another one for photography, which is just Photoshop and Lightroom for them. These are great software, very powerful software, but still, like, this price is not something that I can go for as just a side hobby, right? That's something I'm doing for fun in my free time. So I was like, okay, what can I do next? Moving on with CorelDraw. Turns out CorelDraw does not even sell its own, like, what do you say, their license on online. I have to contact the resellers, which will actually tell me like the price. They can technically make me pay any amount of price that they want. There would be some rules and regulations for them. I am not sure, but for me, I just need a plan that I can see for prices, which is not really good for me. I'm not bashing on these softwares. These are good, but like financial model that they have is not something that I can go for. Students and teacher, still, for even for student, as I am student, I think for the another year I would still be a student at least. So for me, still 1596 Indian rupees is not something that I can actually go for. It's really costly for me. So I was like, okay, what can I do different? I came across with a very interesting alternative, which I was like, that's damn interesting. Let me explain. So here, as you can see, I am using Figma. Now, if you know what Figma is actually a software. Oh, wait a second. Let me go back to my face. Yeah. So what Figma is actually a software which we use. It's a free software which usually like web designers and graphic designers use for creating UI and UX models for your web apps or your mobile applications or anything that has to do with coding. So I was pretty much familiar with Figma, but not that great. So I recently picked up Figma once again to know how I can actually create a dynamic website, and I can actually plot a whole idea of like what my website would look even before I started coding. So that was really something which would be very efficient for me. So I was started using Figma, and it was free, so I can always try it for free, right? It's amazing, all these libraries that it has and all the other stuff that it have. Like, there are so many fucking extensions and plugins that I can use, and it was crazy. Like, that amount of options plus like that amount of like simplicity and the complexity that I can create with that simple workflow of Figma was amazing for me. So I was like, hell yes, I'm it. And I started working in Figma, and while I was working, I realized, wait a second, I can actually use it to create just some simple banners or posters. So why not give it a try? So I tried it, and I find it that it can be done. So I started Googling that is anyone else is in this, any other people are using Figma for creating graphic designs. And I find out actually many people are. There are many people who are using Figma for graphic designing. I'm still not sure if it was like an intended outcome that a Figma, the company who created it, wanted it to happen. I'm not sure, but like it is happening, and I was like, amazing. So I started working with Figma. These are some graphic designs that I created, and I was like, hell yes, let's go. So in this video, I will be attempting to make some graphics in a very short amount of time, because I do not want this video to be stretched out in a very long span of time. Now let's get into it. One of the things to start learning, what I did was, let's create a new design file, and then we will go to Firefox. We'll go to Firefox, and we'll use some graphic that I can take from. Now, graphic designing you can get pretty easily from anywhere that you can create. But for me in particular, I was like, I need something which can be done easily and is simplistic and good. So what I tried was Canva. Canva is an app that is used for graphic designing pretty simply. Most of the people do. I'm going to create let's say a random post. I'll create an Instagram story or okay, let's create an Instagram story. All right. So it would be some simplistic Instagram story if we can work on with it. We'll go on for choosing one of our graphics that we think is good enough here and is really interesting. So we'll work on with it and we'll create the similar post almost exactly, if not exactly like the same post that we find here. So we'll see what looks good. It should still be a little professional so that I can use it somewhere else. We can use this. This is okay. This is good enough. Now what we have done is we have chosen our graphic that we will be making. I would just do a quick screenshot. Once I've selected the graphic, I will do a quick screenshot of it and I will paste it in my Figma. Now here it is, and now we can start with it. So starting, I would need a canvas. I would need something to make all of this thing. So I'll start with a frame. Now you can click here, select a frame here, and then you can select here. But what I like to do is I will press F in my keyboard. I'll have a frame. Now this is a rectangle that is already given me. So what should I do with this rectangle? First, give it the dimensions that we need for the post. The dimension that we are looking for here is 1080 by 1920. I think I'm a little bit off. Am I a little bit off? No, it looks exactly a rectangle, and this is what we are looking for. I'll increase the size for this. Okay. Okay, little. Okay, I need to fix it first of all. Okay, so this is what I'm going for. So let's start with this. First of all, what to do with the frame. Now we can do a couple of things, but what I'm going to do is let's leave the frame. We can choose some colors for the frame, something that we want it to look like. I don't care about it. What I'm going to do is in the background I can see there is an image of people working. So what I'll look for some stock image of people working. Here I already have found one. So it would be copy image. This image is not something that I own. It already has a watermark which will be there in the image, and I don't know if I can get copyright for it. I pretty much hope I do not. So this is the image that we will be going in for. I will first size it to this, and as we can see it looks good, right? Now I would like to give it a blur effect. As you can see in the background, we cannot make things what is going on behind because it is blur. So now I'll go to effects, choose the image, go to effects, instead of drop shadow, choose layer blur and blur the fuck out of it. Now at this point, even I don't know what is going on. What I like to do, I will press the shortcut key which is R in here and create a rectangle completely for it. What if okay, everything that I'm doing here is also getting done to my frame. It's dumb. I don't like it. I just want the image to have the effect of layer blur. I don't know why it happened, not sure. But again, here we are back again. Just choose image and do it. I accidentally gave it to my frame, which I shouldn't have ideally. So I'm gonna go with a black tint. Okay, so this is a little smaller. I'll fix all the side. Here we are. Now it is completely covered. What I'm gonna do is I will remove its opacity a bit so it can give it a it can give it a black look. Cool, right? Now we are already done with the background. Now we'll move on in forward with the graphics, and at the end we will do all these text that are there. So for the graphics, how can we start? First, I can see there's a rectangle right in the corner. Not even a rectangle, it's a triangle in the corner. How can we make a triangle? Here, if you go down, you can see here's a polygon. Click on the polygon, it will give me a cute little triangle. Is it good? Hell no, I don't like this triangle because it won't fit. How can I make it fit? By doing this. Increase the size. Why can't I get a right angle triangle, by the way? I'm pretty sure there would be some way of creating a right angle triangle, but I am not sure. So this is how it is. If you don't want to do this, no problem. You can do it with a shortcut of a rectangle. Do a rectangle, twist it so that it looks like this. And voila, we have made this triangle with a fucking rectangle in behind. I would like to do it with a rectangle because why not? Now we're going to choose the color. To choose the color, I'm going to click here, click on the drop icon. I am pretty sure there's a shortcut. If I'm not wrong, the shortcut is I for this. Yeah, it's I for this. So click on here and we got the color. Cool, right? Moving on, there is also another line above it. Now, how can we create a line? Again, go here, select a line, but I'll choose a shortcut because I love shortcuts, right? So this is here. It looks good, the line. I will select the line and I'll increase its width. As you can see, there is a, let me make it white first so that we can see. Line here is actually going outside the frame. Why? Because in line is actually the object line is outside of my frame. I need to put it in, so now it will not go outside of my frame. We will select the color for this, similar to this. Now we have it similar. I will go down a little bit. Now angle is a little off. How can I check? 36.5. Choose line. Make it. Is it gonna work? Not sure. 36.5. Let's see. Yep, it will work. So go down. Now the angle is similar, and we have a fucking line over it. You can choose, select, and change the width and all. I'm not gonna do it. Now the second thing which I'm seeing is there is also another rectangle right here. It's a very small line, in fact almost dotted line. Yep, as we can see it is a dotted line. Now how we can select it? Now this is something new that I have never worked before, so we'll figure it out. I'll create a rectangle in first, a little bit kind of square. Now I will give it a stroke, increase the strokes and remove the filling. So now I only have this. I will go with I, select this, and now I have a frame. I can just select this, give it a swirl, and I can fix it where the fuck I want. Or if I want to increase it, I can make it like this, right? Good job, right? But still, what else can we do? But it's not dotted. How can we make dotted? Is there a way to make it dotted? Even I fucking don't know. Turns out there is. Voila, we have a dotted line. Now, here we go. I can decrease it to 1 so that it looks pretty similar to that. Now, this is good enough, right? Moving on with the other graphic component in here, which is this dotted graph. How can we make this dotted graph? Frankly, no fucking clue, mate. No fucking clue. How am I going to do this is I am actually going to manually make all of these dots in here. I'm going to select a circle ellipse from here, but instead, and I want it really small ellipse, I'm going to use a shortcut. Oh, make a ellipse. It's really big. I'll decrease it. It's 6. I'll go with 6 here. It's a dot. I need a little bigger dot. Let's try 10. Is it worth 10? Workable. Because I'm gonna make it once again. All right. Increase the size. I'll make it at least 10 this time, or maybe 15. So 15. Make it 15. Make it 15. Is it looking better? It's looking way better. Now I'm going to do a shortcut. I'm going to select all of this, and how do I select all of this? I forgot to mention it. You click whatever you want to select and while pressing shift all together. So like 4 and it's not shift. Okay, sorry, shift is for this. When you are in your frame, you want to select most of them, clicking shift control or do all of them. But in this, like the list view, if you want to select most of them, press control while doing it and you can select all of them. So now I will just make okay, it was 15 and everything is 15, right? So 15 is here, 15 is here. Now I'm going to select all of these and going to make it down with this similar 15, so it will give me like an idea of equal gaps between all of them. I'll do one more just for good measure, and now I have all of these. So what can we do with this? I am going to select all of them. There are so many. What I'm going to do, I've selected all of them right now and I'm going to press Ctrl G. What it do is it will automatically create all of them as a group. Ctrl G and I'm going to name it dots. Now the thing with dots is we need some fucking color for this. I'm going to select the color similar to this so that I can go with it. I'm going to create two of this and I'm going to position it right around here. Alright, this looks good. I could have made the dots a little smaller, but I don't want to do it now. So I'll be moving forward with it. All these, just select these two dots, make it another group, dots, bigger. Right, so these are all the graphics. I could have made it a little better. Of course I could have. Did I? Nope, I did not. So this and this. Now we are done with our whole background and just the only thing left for us is to write all of this text. Now there's also another thing which is a triangle which I would like to make it at last because the reason being it would be easier to position at that time. So now I will start with this creative business agency. So the text. So to go to text you can click here the T1 or the keyboard shortcut which is just T. Now I cannot see the fuck it is, so I'm going to increase its size a lot. Now how do I increase its size? I just clicked on its size, font size, and just pressed up arrow key to increase the numbers. Here we go. Now the other thing I will do is I need some, first of all I need this one to go a little down so that it does not disturb this. Alright, now other things, I need this dot. Shift it a bit this side so that I can create some dots for them. How am I gonna go create? Same thing. I'm gonna create some circles for about this height. Actually, even I'm surprised I made this. It's a it's brilliant. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I am going to, yep, here we are. Go down. I always hate this. Man, god damn, I just, oh, it's actually upward. That's now I realize. Okay, go to this and this one here as well. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these text that no, before that I actually wants to do this. I want to make a group of these bullet points. I'm gonna name it bullet points, and with this it would be easier to track later on. Now I'm going to change all of their colors. What the fuck did I select? Did I select something else? No, all of these are here. I don't know why it is. I'm going to, first of all, I need to have a similar this and here the same. Now we have all of it, but some things are missing. We need to decrease there to make it a little more plainer. And now as I'm satisfied with the plane, a little one, I'm going to copy this, the same color. That is going to be, yeah. Now what the fuck did I select? Oh, it actually selected both of them. Surprisingly, very efficient. Did not expect that, but now it is. So here we are, and now I want a little triangle. Select the polygon, create a triangle, give it around 90-degree angle. Okay, another side, minus 90-degree angle. Here we are. I am going to color it. I press I to select this color, select this. Now I can just put it here. Why is there no, okay, there is no center line that is showing me. I think because it's like two lines the same, so that's why it's not showing me. I can cheese my way around this by making it one line so that I can get the center line and then I can go it back. I'm a gamer, dude. I will cheese my way around whenever I get the fucking chance. So here is, I'll say it, YouTube video, and voila. I have a name for this frame. I can delete this image. It looks pretty much similar. We need a logo and this thing for it. And we have our page, our graphic designing. And as you can see, it was pretty simple to make it from the basic. We created a whole page from the basic. And this is how to use Figma for fucking graphic designing. So go ahead, use it, try a couple of things, make some good graphics, and use it for free. This tool is absolutely for free. I have no idea why the fuck it is, but it's really good. So go ahead, give it a try, give it a shot, and see what you can come up with. And for that time, that's it for me. Bye.